Welcome to the Deep Dive. We sift through the noise to bring you, well, the important stuff.
Glad to be here.
Today, we're diving into a real, enduring mystery. It's got everything, government secrets, some pretty speculative science, and, just classic folklore. We're focusing on Ohio's Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. You probably know it as Wright-Pat.
Yeah, it's right up there with Area 51 in terms of speculation, rumor.
Totally. And our mission today is really to unpack the legend around one specific building there. People call it Hangar 18.
Right. The place UFO enthusiasts believe holds all the secrets, alien evidence, that kind of thing.
Exactly. So what can you expect today?
Well, we're going to journey through some really fascinating claims, look at the official side of things, and just explore, how these beliefs stick around for so long. It's quite a story.
It really is. So the core belief, the heart of the Hangar 18 legend, is pretty wild. It's this idea that the government hid physical proof from UFO investigations inside this building. We're talking debris from flying saucers, maybe even extraterrestrial bodies.
Right, and even captured aliens, supposedly, all tucked away in this super secret high security spot inside called the Blue Room.
The Blue Room? It sounds like something out of a movie.
It really does. And, it's interesting why Wright-Pat became the focus. Part of it is just its history.
Right.
It was the headquarters for Project Blue Book. That was the Air Force's official UFO investigation project, running from, 51 to 69.
Right, so it was already the place where UFO stuff was officially looked into. Makes sense it would attract these kinds of rumors.
Exactly. It positioned it perfectly as a sort of magnet for all this speculation.
So does the Hangar 18 story itself, does it really connect back to Roswell? That seems to be the starting point for so many of these things. The crash in New Mexico, July 47.
For a lot of researchers, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Roswell is kind of ground zero. The whole thing kicked off with that press release from the Roswell Army Airfield, the RAF.
The one saying they'd recovered a flying disc.
That's the one.
Yeah.
They said they'd inspected it, sent it on to higher headquarters, but then almost immediately,
the story changed.
Right. The base in Fort Worth, Texas, presumably the higher headquarters, put out their own statement saying, nope, just a weather balloon.
Just a weather balloon.
Yeah,
okay. But here's where it gets really interesting. Like you said, years later, things shift again.
They do. Big time. Fast forward to 1994.
And the Air Force itself comes out and says, basically, okay, that weather balloon story, that wasn't true.
Yeah. They admitted it was actually debris from a secret surveillance project, Project Mogul, designed to monitor Soviet nuclear tests.
So they admit the first story was a cover-up, but for something else entirely. Did that admission, paradoxically fuel the Hangar 18 rumors even more? Because now there's proof of a cover-up.
That's a really key point. I mean, you'd think explaining it would kill the rumors, but no. Even with the new official explanation, the belief that Roswell material, alien material, went to Wright Field.
Which became Wright-Pat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That belief just got stronger for many people. It shows how, once trust is broken with that initial retracted statement, suspicion can really take root.
And this wasn't just vague belief. It was boosted by specific, though unsubstantiated, stories from former military guys, right?
Absolutely. You have these accounts that really added fuel to the fire, like pilot Oliver Henderson.
What was his story?
Well, according to his wife, years later, he told her he flew a plane out of Roswell. And it wasn't just debris, he said. It was loaded with debris and several small alien bodies.
Wow. Straight to Wright Field.
Straight to Wright Field, or so the story goes. And then there's Marion Black Magruder, a WWII ace.
Okay.
His kids claimed years after his death that he told them he actually saw a living alien at Wright Field back in 1947.
A living one?
Yeah. And apparently he felt it was, and I'm quoting the claim here, a shameful thing that the military destroyed this creature by conducting tests on it.
Those are incredibly specific, powerful claims. Even if, we have to say they're unverified, they definitely paint a picture.
They absolutely do. And it's amazing how these personal accounts, even decades later, can shape a legend. It's that tension, isn't it, between personal testimony and the official record.
Keeps the whole thing alive. And this fascination, it didn't just fade away when Project Blue Book ended in '69, did it?
Not at all. It persisted. You even had prominent figures getting involved or trying to. Senator Barry Goldwater, for example.
The presidential candidate.
Yep, 1964 Republican nominee. He was apparently notoriously fascinated by UFOs.
Yeah.
And specifically Hangar 18.
Did he ever say anything publicly?
Oh, yeah. He stated publicly he tried to get access to the Blue Room we mentioned earlier, sometime in the early 60s, and he was shut down hard by General Curtis LeMay, who was apparently furious at the request.
Wow. A sitting senator denied access by a top general. That certainly adds intrigue.
It definitely does. Then you have other figures, maybe less famous nationally, but big in UFO circles, like Robert Spencer Carr.
Who was he?
A Florida-based ufologist. In 1974, he went public, claiming the Air Force was hiding, get this, 2 flying saucers of unknown origin inside Wright-Pat, inside Hangar 18.
2 saucers. Where did he say he got that information?
He cited a high-ranking military source. And this source supposedly didn't just see saucers. He claimed the source saw the bodies of 12 alien beings while autopsies were being performed.
12 bodies. That's quite a claim. Was it considered credible at the time?
Well, let's just say Carr's claims were widely seen as pretty dubious even then.
Yeah.
But it got massive media coverage.
That
coverage, plus, pop culture jumping in there, was that movie in 1980, literally called Hangar 18.
I remember that.
Right. All of that together really helped cement Wright-Pat and specifically Hangar 18 in the public imagination as the place for government UFO secrets.
Okay, so we have decades of these persistent stories, personal accounts, media hype. What does the Air Force actually say about all this? What's the official stance on Hangar 18?
Well, their stance has been pretty consistent, and it's a flat denial. Categorical denial of all these rumors.
They just say, nope, not true.
Pretty much. They also point out that technically there's never actually been a building officially designated Hangar 18 on the base.
Oh, interesting. So the name itself might be part of the legend.
It seems so. They do acknowledge there is a Building 18, among many other buildings, but no specific secret Hangar 18 of UFO lore.
And they put out a formal statement at one point, didn't they?
They did. In January 1985, they issued a very clear statement. You want the exact wording?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay. It said, periodically, it is erroneously stated that the remains of extraterrestrial visitors are or have been stored at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base.
Erroneously stated. Okay.
Yeah. There are not now, nor have there ever been, any extraterrestrial visitors or equipment on Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. Pretty unambiguous.
Yeah, that's about as clear denial as you can get. Right. So, okay, we've gone from Roswell, this alleged crash, through decades of rumors about debris and bodies.
The Blue Room. Senator Goldwater. Robert Carr.
All pointing towards Hangar 18 at Wright-Pat. And then you have the Air Force saying, consistently, nope, never happened, doesn't exist.
It's quite the contrast, isn't it?
It really is. A narrative that's just gripped people for, 70-plus years now?
Absolutely. And what's truly fascinating here, I think, is what it says about us. That enduring human impulse, to look for hidden truths, for mysteries.
Especially when the official stories feel incomplete, or when they change over time, like with Roswell.
Exactly. It speaks to that deep-seated curiosity about what might be out there, just beyond what we're told or what we think we know.
Which kind of leads us to a final thought for you, our listener, to chew on.
Mm-hmm.
In this age we live in, with so much information supposedly at our fingertips, why do legends like this one about government secrets and things we can't explain, why do they stick around so stubbornly?
Yeah, what makes them so resilient?
How do these stories, whether they turn out to be based on some fact or maybe they're pure folklore, how do they actually shape the way we think about the unknown? And maybe even how much we trust official accounts?
It's a big question. Something definitely worth pondering.